Hello everyone. I wanted to talk today about the cost of having a baby in Ireland and some of the costs as they get a little bit older. I always like to put in perspective, the minimum wage here in 2025 is $13.50. So when I found out I was pregnant and I went to the doctor and he confirmed that, from there on out, all my doctor's visits were free, as well as the clinics where I would go when I would get an ultrasound every other visit, blood work, obviously urine samples. I mean, all the lab work that was done, everything. I didn't pay a penny for anything. As far as actually giving birth, I did have an epidural. I had gas and air. It turned into an emergency C-section, unfortunately, and again, never paid for any of that. We stayed 5 nights in the hospital, and she was in the NICU for 3 of those nights. She was in the nursery for one of those nights for, I think, 2 or 3 hours. Didn't pay for that. We did have to bring our own diapers, or they call nappies here. The only thing that was supplied was the formula. We did have an endless supply of that. They even sent us home with some. Sorry, I was doing a quick edit. I should note that my baby is breastfed, so the bottles were just a top up. So it's not like they sent us home with all that she was going to be eating. A bunch of bottles. I mean, it was just small bottles here and there. So I will say that. I don't know if somebody is doing bottle fed only, formula fed, that they would get all that formula given to them. And I think actually they weren't supposed to send us home with some bottles, just somebody was being really nice about it to us. So I just wanted to add that in, that they're not giving all your baby's food. They were just kind of helping us out, and she only needed a few bottles. I've talked about this in another video. The only thing we paid for was parking. So every month we get something called child benefit, and this is €140 paid to us just to help cover the cost of the baby. In a way, it's kind of like your tax return that's just given throughout the year. She gets free doctor's visits up until 8 years old. Vaccines are free as far as I know. She, at least her, I don't think we paid for her vaccines. Right now, again, they're called nappies here, but the diapers, that the size that she's in, comes in a pack of 48. We use the Duns brand, and this comes to €3.25 for the pack, which is 7 cents a diaper. I like the fragrance-free wipes, again the Duns brand, and a 64 pack is 94 cents. Kind of your standard Johnson & Johnson baby powder, that is $3.50. A bottle of formula that is just under 7 ounces is $1.49. Sorry, €1.49. We use the baby Aveeno shampoo, and this is a bottle of this is €7, and that's the same for an Aveeno baby lotion. The what they call a cot here, or a baby bed, the one that we use is I think it's called Next to Me. And the one that we got on Facebook Marketplace. It was in really good condition, and we paid €140 for it. We got an entire travel set. Same thing, we got it used on Marketplace, also in fantastic condition. I paid $150 for this. I did get a separate car seat that was new. I didn't like the car seat that was in this travel set if we were going to be making longer journeys. I wanted something, I felt like she kind of curled down into it, and that would be hard for her to breathe, I thought, if she fell asleep especially, and her face knocked forward. So I got one that reclined and was just a little more hardy, and I felt like, God forbid, if there was an accident, that she would be better protected. So this one, I thought I paid $190, but looking up online somewhere, I found it a little bit cheaper. But that was, I think what we paid was $190 for this brand new car seat. There is, again, Duns brand is where we shop mostly. Pack of onesies that are long sleeve, and they're 100% cotton, which I really love. And a pack of 5 is €10, so they're €2 a pop. And for the short sleeve one, it's €9. Clothes, of course, just vary according to brand and where you buy them. But same thing, Duns has some great stuff. Tesco's has some great stuff. I'll show just a scroll of kind of what they have and the prices of those. And then kind of generally a rule of thumb is that childcare, what they call a creche here, which is the same to say as a daycare, is you're usually about $5.50 an hour. And then if you go privately, which you're probably going to spend is about $15 an hour, you still would probably have them with other children, you know, but in somebody's home maybe, or if somebody comes out to you. But those are kind of the rule of thumb per child. I know this is kind of a short video. She's only not even 6 months old, so we haven't had to purchase too many things yet. Of course, there's more that I could go into, but just to kind of give a snapshot of the more major things of what it costs.